one of the biggest misconceptions that still stands today is time barred / debt that's past the statute of limitations to collect. And the reason why is because there's a statute of limitations that allows it to be on your credit reports for 7 years if you do absolutely nothing about it. But there's also a statute of limitations that is different according to the laws in your specific state, that a creditor or debt collector can legally do anything to make you pay a debt. So it's different from every state. But this is a major confusion because some people will say this: it's not on my credit reports anymore, so why are they able to come after me? They're able to come after you because the statute of limitations may not have expired in your state, but even if it did expire in your state, unless you notify them, they can continue to try to collect on that debt. They just don't have any legal options. They can't take you to court and sue you for that debt. But also, some people will say, well, it's off of my credit reports, but they're able to still come after me for the debt and they're garnishing my wages. I just had a call about that today, and that's because the individual did not know that they had a judgment on that debt. So we got two things that happen. It's past the statute of limitations to collect in their state. It's past the legal statute of limitations to remain on their credit reports, but they're able to still collect, and that's because they have a judgment. A judgment has a 20-year statute of limitations. So we're dealing with three different things, and a lot of the misconception comes is when people don't know exactly where they're at when it comes to statute of limitations for a debt that they owed in the past. So now, let's walk them down step by step, each one of them. Please like this video also so we can raise up the algorithm on here. I forget to ask you for that. Do me a favor on that. So now, first one, statute of limitations for debt. The clock starts to tick when your last payment was made. So the month of your last payment, not the charge-off date. So if you had an account, let's just say back in 2018, and you live in a state that has a statute of limitations for debt for, let's just say 7 years. Let's just go from 2018 to 2025, 7 years. And there are some states. There's one state that has 15 years, and another few states that have a 10-year statute of limitations, 10 years. So if it hits the 7-year mark after 1 hour after the 7-year mark, that collection agency or original creditor has no legal options to try to take you to court to sue you for the debt. They've ran out of that legal option. Now, they can continue to call. They won't be able to put it on your credit reports because it reached that 7-year, and I'll speak on that in a minute. But they can continue to call, but you have to notify them. And I'll give you a document that can help you with that in a minute. So now that's a regular run-of-the-mill statute of limitations example. It from the last payment date, it hit the time barred period or statute of limitations time barred date 1 hour after, 7 years and 1 hour. They can't do anything legally. They can't sue you. They can't force you to pay it. They can contact you, but I'm going to give you a document that will stop all of that. Now, let's go backwards and not backwards, but let's go to the next example. You live in a state that maybe has a 4-year statute of limitations. So it's well past the 4 years, and let's just say that it's 4 years and 1 hour past it, but it's still on your credit reports. You're like, why is it on my credit reports if it's past the statute of limitations for me to have to pay it according to the laws of my state? Because they could still put it on your credit reports if you do nothing up to 7 years. So from that date of that, from the charge-off period. Now, this is also, here's something that can change from when that account was charged off. and that information can remain in your credit reports for 7 years as a charge off. So let me be clear. You have it on your credit reports as a bad account that's going through late payments. Then it goes to a charge off status. That status changes to charge off. That can remain in your credit reports for 7 years if you don't do nothing about it. And even though there's the statute of limitations for them to be able to legally collect on the debt ended in 4 years. So that's where a lot of confusion comes in. They're like, how could it be on my credit reports still, even though they can't legally come after me? That's because you didn't do nothing about it. I'm going to give you information on what you could do about it. So now let's jump to the next example. It's off your credit reports. It's past the legal statute of limitations for them to be able to collect according to the laws in your state. But then all of a sudden you get this letter in the mail saying that they're garnishing your wages. I had this happen to an individual. And when we looked it up, I was on the phone with him today. When I had him look it up, I said, call the clerk, find out what's going on. It was from 10 years ago. He had a judgment, didn't even know about it. So now it's not on his credit reports. It's not legal for them to sue to collect on it, but he already had a judgment. So for whatever reason, he missed it. He missed the service of the documents. Maybe they didn't serve him in hand. He missed the legal notice that was in a publication. They have to advertise it for 2 weeks, saying that they're looking for the individual, that notifying that they're being sued civilly. And they got the default judgment, and now they have 20 years. The statute of limitations to collect on a judgment is 20 years. That's why you don't want to let that just happen, because you're going to have 20 years to collect on the money. And what happened with him back then, he was struggling. Now he's making good money. They know that. They look at the credit reports through the skip tracing, and they're like, hey, garnish his wages. Sheriff came to his door, opened the door. They said, you have a wage garnishment order against you. You're being served. And now they're looking at garnishing his paycheck. So if you have a default judgment, don't worry about it. I'll be able to help you on that also. So now we've cleared it up. First, if you have an account that's charged off, you want to get your credit reports to look at that charge off, to look at the last payment date. The last payment date. Let me be clear. For statute of limitations to be able to collect on the debt starts from the last date of payment, not from the charge-off date. So you're going to have extra time, usually 6 months additional time before the charge-off period, if it's like a credit card debt, that you would have on that statute of limitations. So it starts from the last payment for the statute of limitations to be able to collect legally in your state. Well, to use legal methods of taking you to court to sue you. It starts from the last payment date. And you can go to my website, thecreditrepairshop.com. At the bottom, click the blog. It'll have the statute of limitations for contracts. And it'll have the statute of limitations for oral agreements. It'll have the statute of limitations for open-end accounts. In most states, the open-end accounts like credit cards, payday loans, lines of credit, those usually in most states have a lower statute of limitations time barred period, or time frame. And so you need to know that. And then you need to know for the written contracts also, like if you have an auto loan or something that's a regular type of account. Once you know that, you'll know exactly where you stand. And then if it is past legal statute of limitations, what I want you to do is I want you to grab my 3-pack of letters. The link is below this video. And all you have to do is send them that letter stating that the debt is past legal statute of limitations. You want them to stop all communications about that debt. No debt validation is required because it's past the debt, the statute of limitations or time bar period, according to the Fair Debt Collectors Practices Act. There is no debt validation is needed, so don't do a debt validation. You do a debt validation, you're opening up the door for something If it's past legal statute of limitations, you are letting them know that they need to stop all communications about the debt. They can't take you to court, so you don't have to worry about that. But you have to notify them the right way, or they're going to keep hounding you. If the debt is past the legal statute of limitation, then you need to do a debt validation, and within that 3-pack, I give you a debt validation letter that you can submit to them. Or you can go to Summons Master, upload the copy of your debt collection letter, and get an exclusive certified debt validation letter that can stop most debt collectors from coming after you. Because then it's going to become more about the documents that they got to be able to prove that the amount, contract, all of that stuff. That's where you're going to be if it's not past the legal statute of limitations to collect. Now, the next thing for getting it off of your credit reports, if it is past legal statute of limitations to collect, you have to do that first with that first letter, get the response back from them, and then you utilize that to get it off your credit reports. If you do nothing, they're going to leave it on your credit reports for 7 years just to mess with you, just to try to get you to pay. And that's up to you if you want to pay to get it deleted. But I'm telling you the way to do it without having to pay, because you have no legal obligation to pay. But that's up to you. You might say that you have a moral obligation to pay, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you can do pay for deletion. If it's the original creditor, you will not be able to do a pay for deletion. So you're going to have to go through the channels of submitting that information to the bureaus to get that information taken off your credit reports, if it's not past the 7-year statute to remain on your credit reports. Now, the final one, if you have a judgment, it's not on your credit reports, it's past the statute of limitations, but you have a judgment and it's a 20-year statute, I'm going to give you some options. If it's a default judgment, we can help you get that case reopened. And even if they're garnish your wages, we can get all of your money back if it was a default judgment. Contact us at the Credit Repair Shop and we can help you do that. If you're being sued, well, I'll talk about that in a minute. So with the 3, we got that down. Nod your head yes. Number 1, the statute of limitations / time barred, that's the same thing. If it's past that time frame, no judgment or no nothing like that, you can send them the letter that I just talked about. Once you get the response back from them, you can get the information off your credit reports if it's not 7 years. If you do nothing, it should come off in 7 years, but we've seen stuff stay on there past that period and people still had to go through that process. If it's a judgment, it's probably off of your credit reports, past statute of limitations. You need to submit to get that overturned because you got a default judgment, you didn't know about it. Now, if you need, we got that down? Nod yes, we got that down. Okay, next thing. If you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch the video, What Makes a Difference, so you can see my 8-point validation process, my 2-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website your3scores.com to grab your TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, credit reports, and all 3 scores. If you have debt collectors coming after you, grab my 3-pack of letters. It's statute of limitations, debt validation, cease and desist collection activity letter. I put the instructions on there for you so you can use the one that's appropriate for your situation. Sorry about that. I do ask for a donation on those. It's absolutely free, but those can save you time, money, and frustration. If you need to have a debt validation letter submitted and you want to have one put together where you don't have to type in anything, you can go to summonsmaster.com, upload your debt collection letter. It'll create an exclusive certified debt validation letter for you. If you're being sued before default judgment, you can go to Summons Master, upload your documents. It'll create a fully formatted response to every allegation of the defense to help you win your case. Or if you are not technical, you can go to the creditrepairshop.com page and you can pay for the service and we'll do it for you. Thank you for your time. Subscribe to the channel. Post your questions and comments. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and Founder of thecreditrepairshop.com.